compare the channels time-wise?
It looks at them time-wise. You can do burn analysis. Everything we want. Everything we want.
Now,
so
I have a question because I was just thinking about what you're saying about the bandwidth capabilities, the per channel, 100 gig per channel. Does that lower the overall noise floor so that the results you get are more honest?
Not necessarily, no. What it does do is it gives us a much better detailed live pattern, of course. I mean, we get a much better picture that way. And you know, to my eye, maybe it's better. To other people's eye, people wouldn't know. But the nice thing about it is that should we want or they want to move forward and move further in, I don't really care.
You're already ready.
We have all the bandwidth we want. I mean, I'm
going to say, I have watched you through 3 or 4 different series of test gear already.
You've worked with them. You've worked with those pieces, absolutely.
So, it's expense, time, custom jigs, custom boards, custom cables.
When you get into the guys that really want to do the job for you, these customized guys, because we were mainstream before. We had all the mainstream guys. I'm not going to say who they are, but all the big players. There's about 4 or 5 of them. And they were okay, you know, but now you get into the real esoteric guys, the guys that really are hardcore. And what's nice about them is they're interested in it. They want to get involved. They're willing to put the time in. And you just get a better product at the end of the day. Not only in electronics, but also in the yield.
Now, you travel to the Far East frequently to hopefully improve the manufacturing process.
Right, we're working that too.
What do they do for testing versus what you will be doing with DPL?
What do they do currently?
Yes.
Yeah, they plug it in the monitors. So they're basically watching TV all day long. I mean, you've been there, you've seen that, right? I mean, it's really kind of a joke, you know, because you got these production lines and these kids are watching the same 30-second turnaround, you know, all day long.
Now, okay, not for nothing. I remember very, 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 very early on, the very first extender you built that you tested for us, which is the dual wire extender.
The Cat 5, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The 2 Cat 5 extenders. Testing then was a source, a TV,
that's right,
and some Cat 5 cables.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what.
Now that was 12 years ago.
Yeah. But today it's a whole different game. You know,
it should be. Anyway,
such high frequency response, and not only that, but you know, again, in the logical side of the equation in HDMI, which is static control, there's a lot going on now, a lot that never happened before. So you really need to break it down, and we're working. You know, I'm going to tell you, these manufacturers in China, they're coming to the table. I mean, we're going back there again to start visiting them, to maybe start building some customized testing for them. Nowhere near what we have, but enough for what they need.
What a good place to start.
Where they can actually, instead of looking at a monitor, they can actually view eyes. iPad is right there on the production line, which they could never do before. For not that much of an investment on monies they've already spent on, you know, some short-term investment.
Well, and the TVs just don't last over time, and the terminals wear out, and the cables wear out.
That's another joke, because they're smart enough, they don't use the terminals, right? They have a cable that comes out, and they take a piece of 2x4, and they clamp another one onto it, a female, and they start plugging into that. So now you got these other losses involved, whatever they're doing, you know. I mean, we're not seeing any accurate measurements at all. But they try, they don't know, but you know, we've been there now so many times, and they trust us, and we go to their factories, and we see what they're doing, and they're welcoming it. They're welcoming learning more about the test operations of it. And now 3 years in a row now, we've been there doing formal presentations in front of the whole Wire and Cable Association in the Dongwon area. And, you know, it's great because we get 200 or 300 people in there, and we're there for, you know, 5 or 6 hours doing schools and workshops, and they're very into it. They love it. So
what's next on the agenda for DPL?
The next thing we're going to do is we're gonna jump into 2.1. We're gonna.
Rumor was you guys were going to start looking at doing hardware, displays, and other devices. We
started doing that. We started looking into it. But it seemed like every time we got that far, at least for source products. So for source products, switchers, and that type of thing, we're going to probably move now heavily into that for 2.1. We'll probably will not do displays. You know, just, you know, it's just too much to get a TV set and bring it in
and set it up and take it down, you know, and move it around.
It's just too much, you know, to do. But
since 85s are becoming so cheap, moving that around is going to be miserable.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I can remember in the very early days, it was a 32-inch Sharp that we used for testing.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And the PlayStation.
Yeah, the PlayStation. That's right. I remember in the small office there on the side. Yeah.
Yep.
And we thought that was good. When we were watching that cartoon. Remember that cartoon? Oh boy, I forgot after the penguin thing.
Oh, we watched a whole lot of Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. Yep, that's right. Right.
A lot of Planet
Happy
Earth.
Feet. It was Happy Feet. Right. We saw. Jeez.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Anything else I should ask you about this coming?
No, I think the biggest thing is that we are expanding, of course, with new equipment, and China is too. I mean, under our umbrella, we're going in there and we're getting up to a good level, so that at least by the time the product gets to us, it has a really good chance of making it.
So if it's a DPL certified product, it's getting even better with each iteration.
Yes. We'll eventually have factories that are set up to do that, and you'll know who they are through our website.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you again for joining us with an interview with. I'm Brent McCall. Today was Jeff Boccaccio from DPL Labs. Look forward to seeing you again on our next episode. Thank you.
See ya.